to you. Some of the applications, you can use them to do certain activities that you need. But at the end of the day, that application is programmed and is also managed by another person at the other end. So if you download any application online and then you keep it in your phone, so at the end of the day, you don't have an idea what is happening with the personal information you have in your phone. Because that application can either be, because most of the information before you install an application, it will tell you, please know these applications will have access to all your contacts, will have the access and the privileges to modify certain information in your phone. And yet still, if you're someone who does not read information, you just say yes, and it's gone. So those sort of habits, if we develop them, it will not help us. So one thing you can do to help yourself is you have to be very careful. I mean, you have to be very careful. You have to develop the ability to be responsible and know what exactly you need to do on that aspect. So take your time, read and know what is this application doing in your phone. That will be one thing to know. And then the next thing is, why do you need that application on your phone? Because most of the applications that you have on your phones are just not what you expect them to be. Like some of the games that you have, they also have a side effect. It's not only you playing, because they are online. They sometimes will be at least acting like a host or something that will be sharing your bandwidth, that all sort of information can happen. So the only thing you can possibly do is to be responsible and also learn how to do your thing. Yeah.
Mr. Njai, earlier on we talked about cyberbullying. Now, what do you think is the cause of cyberbullying? And can you please let us know the web pages that has those type of, bullying?
Cyberbullying. Okay, let's get back to cyberbullying. Cyberbullying is simply where one individual will take wrong information and post it about another person. I mean, you're giving false information on another person. You're creating more discomfort to the other persons at the other end. I mean, it usually occurs on social media. On social websites, that's where cyberbullying occurs, such as Facebook, YouTube, MySpace, Zangza. You have a whole lot of them. Google+. You have almost all the sites that are socials are platforms where cyberbullying can occur. Suppose, okay, Nusrat has an intranet within them. That site allows social media correspondence between students and ex-students. So you and I share so much in common, and another person is actually the opposite. I mean, if I don't like you, and I start posting something that no one is controlling, then we have a problem. But suppose someone is controlling it, then it's easily resolved. But on Facebook, most of the things that someone do or does is not controlled. So at the end of the day, cyberbullying occurs on social medias where almost anyone just come and post anything, and there is nothing like a control on that end. The advice I would definitely give you is, first of all, I mean, you have to restrict. I mean, I believe in the policy of restricting what or who's right to my wall. I also have the power to say, you are not my friend and I don't know who you are, then I kick you out of it. Because, I mean, if you don't control who writes what to your page, then you should be able to control who you accept as a friend. I mean, it is just beyond the space of adding and accepting any friend. We are not competing, we are not celebrities where we have, on my Facebook, on my page, I have about 1,500 friends. On my page, I have about 2,000 friends. Okay, what is the effect of having those 2,000 friends? I mean, are you talking to all the 2,000 friends at the same time? No, you're not. Probably you only have 5 or 6 people that you talk to almost every day. So what is the essence of having those people that are just there to read every single information you have when you're actually not reading their information? You see? So accept who you need to accept. That would be my advice. The only person you need to accept online is the one that you know. And if you're not comfortable with, because some people, let me give you a scenario. There is this case. She's a very religious person now. I mean, one time on Facebook, they posted, someone from nowhere posted a pornographic video content on her wall. 1 minute, she wasn't even aware. Someone started calling her. have you checked your wall? This is embarrassing. Go and check your wall. And then she was like furious. When she checked it online, I mean, she was disappointed. Because that's not what her nature is. I mean, she's ashamed of watching, I mean, she's ashamed of people realizing that. And that's not herself. I mean, she was so ashamed that she doesn't know what to do. But when she communicated to me and she said to me, this is what happened, I said, okay, now this is what you need to know. On your website, on your page, block or deny access to anybody who sends a post. I mean, you cannot control who is sending at the time that you're sending, but you can deny the person from posting and it appearing on your wall. If you visit your page, then you realize A and B has requested to post something on your wall. If you are fine with the content, then you can approve it. Okay. But if you're not fine with the content, what do? You decline it. But if you don't have those measures enabled, it will just pop up. Next minute, probably your father himself or mom will come and visit the site, or you just leave your computer on and your page opens. You will not be happy to see, he or she will not be happy to see those types of information. So be cautious. I mean, you have to be security enabled and understand what your integrity means to you. So on that note, I will always remind you that what happened on the internet, most of it are not so pleasant. Like a colleague John sometimes said, we have to be responsible. It is our responsibility to be informed. It is our responsibility to be aware of what the dangers are. Because I said this earlier, think twice before you click the button. If you click the buttons, it's gone, and it's gone forever. And nowadays, the girls, the school children, I mean, it's quite unfortunate. People don't know. Even to get a job, now if you're applying for a college, or a university or for a program, to be honest, I'm telling you this, they will force, sometimes they check your profile on Facebook, YouTube, MySpace, any social media about you, what you post, the type of pictures you have, the type of information you have, before they accept you. You see, this is something that is not happening. I get to learn this when someone sometimes lost a job. She applied for a job, for a company with him. And unfortunately, she failed to have the job because her Facebook profile was very unpleasant. So we don't have to be in certain situations where we'll face such things. So what we have to do is we have to be very careful and responsible, at the same time is self-aware on that aspect.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Abdullah Sise. I'm a teacher of IT at the Muslim Senior Secondary School. With a discussion like this, I believe, as a computer teacher, it's my responsibility to contribute. Because there's one thing I believe we have to look at here. We're talking about the use of the internet on mobile phones. But the first thing is, how many of us have mobile phones? How many of us have mobile phones that can access the internet? That is it. Before we start talking about mobile phones harnessing the internet, I think the first thing we have to do is to talk about the phone itself, the mobile phone itself. I have a mobile phone. I can't get to the internet through my mobile phone. I know how to do it, but I don't want it, because I believe that having a mobile phone with the internet, with my load, it makes my work impossible for me. Because I'll be moving along the street, my Facebook will be alarming to say, I got a message. I wouldn't have the time to sit in the corner, open my Facebook and start reading and doing all sorts of things. But I want to say to you students that the mobile phones you having, who bought these mobile phones for you? Who actually gave you these mobile phones? We have to look at that. That's a very, very important issue. Some of us, the dad said he can't even buy a mobile phone for the wife. But probably the dad's daughter or son is having a mobile phone. Where did they get it from? Students having mobile phones more expensive